Most of you will marry the next person on the list. The audacity that I would say something like this. It's true. If you just got out of a long-term relationship, a marriage, got divorced, most often you'll meet one person, throw exclusivity in, go into the commitment zone because you're attached to this person, which doesn't mean you love them, it means you can't quit them. And because you don't know that there's a lot of emotional work involved in dating and healthy dating practices, you'll find yourself in a long-term committed relationship with someone that you really weren't meant to be in a relationship with. Now I hear. I've never been more connected to someone in my entire life. I hear this seriously, on repeat, and you're in like your 6 months of divorce. Baby out in these streets. And I would say to you, you aren't necessarily connected to this person. You're attached. And attachment is very different than actually loving someone. Attachment really does mean I can't quit you. Because we attach to people based off of how we grew up, right? So now you find yourself in this predicament where you're in this relationship, you're fresh out of a divorce, you really truly haven't felt it, dealt with it, and processed it because you're with another person that's helping you kind of like ignore those feelings.
Yeah, as many of these modern women do, all they do is divorce their husbands or their long-term boyfriends, and they just rebound to the next guy. It's so weak, it's so cowardly, and it's so pathetic that these women do that, right? My ex from 2006 did exactly that, and these rebounds never work out. They always come back, as my ex from 2006 tried to do, but I wasn't having it, right? I let her have it, and I was like, nope, you ain't coming back, you know? And so many of these modern women do that. They take advantage of the fact that, you know, guys are just willing to jump in the sack with them. I've always told you guys, the easiest women to sleep with, the easiest women to have sex with are not, believe it or not, beyond single moms, beyond single moms. The easiest women to sleep with are women who are fresh out of a long-term relationship. They are the most vulnerable. They are the ones who are like most willing to just monkey branch to the next guy because they don't want to face any negative feelings or negative emotions that are, you know, coming from their ex, right? They don't have the courage, they don't have the guts or the maturity to deal with it like a normal adult person would. Instead, like a child, right? They just monkey branch to the next dude and try to forget all about their ex, just like what she's saying. At least she's being honest.
Not saying you shouldn't date right after a divorce.
No, you shouldn't. You should not date right after a divorce. This chick is Looney Tunes. No, you should not date after a divorce or any long-term relationship that's gone more than 6 months, right? Much less years. You shouldn't. You need to give yourself time to heal. I mean, even dudes who come to me fresh out of divorce, fresh out of a long-term relationship, want to jump instantly on my next boot camp that's starting Friday or something like that, I tell them, dude, no, you got to chill for a sec, right? You can't just like come to the club. You have to relax. You have to chill out for a sec, because if you remember back in the day when you were in this situation, you just got dumped, you know, from your girl, and she just dumped you out of the blue, you know, and your buddies were trying to drag you out to the club. How did that feel? You felt miserable. And even if they got you to the club, you were not having a good time, were you? All you were doing was thinking about her. You were like, oh my gosh, just a week ago, last Saturday, I was with her. We were holding hands watching a movie on the couch, and now here I am at this club. It's raining outside. It's cold. These women are mean. You know, nobody wants to talk to me, and you know, nobody looks as good as my girl. You know, you're just miserable. It's the worst advice ever to get back out there. You have to give yourself time to heal mentally, because you need to move on mentally before you move on physically. Because if you just move on physically, like many of these women do, it's even worse. You'll feel even more pain, right? So got to move on mentally first.
I am talking about getting into a full-blown relationship right in the middle of it or right after. It's really important that when you're going through this transformation of self, because divorce is a death. So let's take this death and completely change how we've been doing things so that we get a different result. get a hold of your finances and your financial independence and really create a life that you want to protect and defend so that you pick a person worthy of inviting into that space with you.
Pick a person worthy. This is where so many of these modern women make a big mistake. They still think they are holding the cards. They come out of their divorce after 20, 30 years. Now they're like 50, 60 years old, thinking that they have the value of a 20-year-old. No, you're a grandma, okay? You're a post-menopausal grandma. You do not have the value of a 20-year-old anymore. So you cannot be making these crazy-ass demands on men your own age who can get those 20-year-old women. Okay? That's not being like angry or hateful. That's just being realistic, right? That's called reality. You got to be honest with yourselves.
Do get what you want on the other side of this thing, because you know who you are.
Oh, please.
You know who you are outside of a relationship. And this divorce, as much as it really freaking sucks, is absolutely a gift in creating a new relationship with yourself.
Oh, God, of course it's about yourself, right? It never fails, right? Anytime we cover a divorced chick, it always comes back to themselves. The reason we're divorced is because of me. Needed to take care of me, right? Forget these dumb kids that I had with them. Forget the family and friends and social circle and memories and home we built together. None of that matters. It's just about me.
Understanding who you are and what you want outside of societal norms.
You know what? Beggars can't be choosers, lady.
Because now you're awake. When you go through pain...
Now you're awake. This sounds like therapist talk. This is why so many of these chicks end up becoming just totally unreasonable and unbearable to be around.
Grief, loss, and suffering, it wakes you up. So we want to take this moment of awareness, of consciousness, and we want to extend it out and be like, let's explore who you are outside of societal norms, so you can actually intentionally create a life that you want and you deserve.
Oh gosh, you deserve. There's another magic word, deserve. No, you don't deserve anything that you don't work for. You don't deserve, just anything you want, right? You have to work for these things.
Otherwise, you'll just marry the next guy on your list. And if you want some help with that...
If you're lucky, most of these guys won't be willing to marry you. They'll these chicks, it's always the same pattern. It's always the same future for them, where they get out of the divorce, they get on the dating apps, they go on a string of first dates. All they do is rack up the amount of guys between their legs. That's it. They rack up a number of sexual partners. They get into double digits, sometimes even triple digits, and now they're of value to nobody. Nobody wants them. They're they're totally used up and just worthless to any guy, even low value guys.
I can help you. A program that's going to be launching soon, Money Before Men, where we get really up close and personal.
Money Before Men? Yeah, that sounds like the type of chick that so many guys are looking for out there. She went through this program called Money Before Men.
What you want, your finances. It's a little tricky, but we're going to get you there.
Oh, please. Women are terrible with their finances. I mean, if you look at the data, so many of these chicks retire penniless and broke, even when they had, these great corporate jobs and six-figure incomes. They don't have a pot to piss in by the time they're retired. And they have to rely on big daddy government. This is why so many women that are single and unmarried and middle-aged, overwhelmingly, I mean, it's like, almost like 100% of them vote Democrat, or they vote for big government, which is generally Democrat Party. I don't do politics, but, that's what they vote. They vote left because they want more entitlements, more free stuff. They want the government becomes their husband. It's just so weak. All right, here we go.
I am not dating because I just found out, thanks to TikTok, that I am a pygmy girl in recovery.
Please.
All this time, I thought that I was so loving and so giving and such a great partner. And I am, if you're looking for somebody who completely denies their own needs and wants and is like a Stepford wife. Because I have deep abandonment wounds, and so to cope with that, I became the perfect person, and it's all a fact, and I didn't even know it. Oh my God. And this is why we need to heal. Because I now realize I don't even know who I am.
Gosh, get a hold of yourself.
In relationships and friendships. I have been performing for love my whole life, and I'm 42 because I just wanted someone to pick me, to love me.
So now this chick, sounds like she was a good woman in the past, was raised correctly, probably raised by traditional parents. She's divorced, which was a terrible idea, by the way. She's on the dating apps and on social media, where she's being brainwashed by this feminist narrative that she was not exposed to during her marriage, probably because she was, with her husband all the time. And I'm sure, like, at least if he was any type of masculine man whatsoever, would not be watching those type of videos. Now she's been exposed to that. Well, now she's being indoctrinated and brainwashed by it because she doesn't have a man in her life to lead her in the proper direction. So now she's assuming that being a good woman, a good wife, a caretaker, nurturing, virtuous, keeps your legs closed, keeps your feet at home, is a pick-me girl. That's what these feminists have brainwashed these girls to believe. But really, you know what a real pick-me girl is? A pick-me girl is a type of chick who just follows along with the narrative. Follows along with the current thing, right? Whatever is popular out there. That's what a pick-me girl is. A chick who is afraid to go against the grain. To me, that's what a pick-me girl is. Basically, all these feminists, all these, wokies out there, all of these chicks who are just getting in line and bending the knee and kissing the ring of the establishment, whatever is being pushed by the globalists currently, that to me is a pick-me, right? It's like you can't think for yourself, right? You're just an NPC. You can't think for yourself, girl. I don't like that. I mean, so these chicks totally have it backwards, right? What she's doing right now is going down the path of becoming a pick-me girl. All right? Chicks who go against that and aren't afraid to be feminine, aren't afraid to be in a relationship with a strong masculine man, aren't afraid to have a traditional family or anything, those aren't pick-me girls. Those chicks, to me, are the ones that are truly empowered, truly brave, and truly courageous. Not these chicks who fall in line and just follow along and go with the flow. No, those chicks are weak, they're cowardly, and those are the real pick-me's. Right, last one here. Wait, that's the wrong... Well, okay, we'll just go through this one.
When guys in their 40s put on their dating profile, no kids, never been married.
People put never married, no kids in their dating profile because those are two very important
That's
lifestyle choices. They're preemptively trying to answer questions they know they're probably going to get from their potential matches. That one line can tell you a lot. Never married means no alimony, no support, no contentious divorce, no ex drama.
Yep.
No kids means no child support.
Oh,
it
yeah.
also gives you an idea of their availability time-wise.
That's right.
People stay together for 10, 15, 20 years without ever getting married. And people who have no business having children have children all the time.
Sadly.
It's 2021. We shouldn't still be
23.
perpetuating this stigma around being 40, never married, and not having kids. Because if there's a stigma for men, then it's 100 times worse for women.
Preach. I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from The 33 Secrets, signing out here from my garage with the DeLorean. And don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Helps me out a ton when you subscribe. So please make sure you're subscribed to my channel as well, so it helps with the YouTube algorithm. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I'm teaching you even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I am teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, same exact type of women that myself and my students all over the world are out there cold approaching every single day. And I kid you not, every single day we're making things happen. And I want you to join us. I want you to become one of us. And right now, it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons from me. It's just $1. It's really easy to sign up. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you could get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.